All right. Should we get started? Do we have a quorum?
I think
Well,
so.
great.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to Sustainable Westchester and Nonprofit Westchester's Sustainability Solutions for Nonprofits. I'm going to turn it over to Suzanne, who's going to start us off with some opening remarks before we get into the presentation.
Thanks, Kat. Good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you all here. Thank you for being here today. My name is Suzanne Gardos, and I'm the Director of Operations at Nonprofit Westchester. And as many of you know, NPW is the county's only membership organization solely dedicated to advancing the needs and interests of the nonprofit sector. So we're super excited to have Sustainable Westchester join us today. They're here to share more about their organization's work and how they can support nonprofits and the communities you all serve. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Sustainable Westchester, they're a nonprofit serving 45 municipalities across Westchester County, and they're focused on advancing sustainability and connecting communities with practical clean energy solutions. So thanks again. This is going to be a great presentation. You're going to learn a lot. We're going to highlight resources that will help nonprofits and community members reduce utility costs, access career opportunities, and engage in sustainability initiatives within your communities. So with that, I would like to hand it back over to Kat to get us started.
Thank you, Suzanne. Hi, everyone. I'm Kat Sales. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Sustainable Westchester, and I am joined by my wonderful colleagues, Yasmin Najjar and Lauren Kroll, who are our senior program managers and also both subject matter experts who know far more than I do about the important work that we do for our community. Thanks so much to Suzanne for giving kind of the high-level overview of what we're going to talk about today. Sustainable Westchester has been around for about 12 years, and we serve the residents, commercial businesses, and municipalities of Westchester offering clean energy solutions, workforce development initiatives, and we help people save money on their utility bills. We're also comprised of an incredible volunteer leadership board that's comprised of public officials, subject matter experts, and advocates. And we have an incredibly dedicated staff of folks like Yasmin and Lauren, who are longtime veterans in this industry. And together, there are decades of experience serving in the clean energy space. So, what can we do to help your nonprofits? This is just kind of a high-level overview of what we're going to be talking about today. It really falls into three buckets. So, we're going to be talking about employee and client-focused programming, our workforce development initiatives, and then energy and savings for nonprofits. And through that, there are all sorts of benefits, including employee and client benefits, financial rewards, and also mission advancement. So we're going to get started with employee and client-focused programming. And also, if my head's darting around, it's because I'm looking at two different screens right now. So for employee and client support, also known as employee campaigns, we have a variety of things that we offer directly for your clients. And we are very excited about all the partnerships we've had. And we're looking to always embrace more nonprofits that want to work with us on campaigns for your employees and for your clients. The first program we're going to talk about is a utility savings program called GridRewards. For those of us that are paying utility bills, which is everyone, we're all feeling squeezed right now with our Con Ed and NYSEG bills going up. This program is only right now for Con Ed customers. There's an app. It's called GridRewards. It's really easy to sign up and connect it to your Con Ed account. We do co-branded campaigns for employees and for customers in order to help people get paid to save energy. There's also a significant environmental impact because this program is when the most The most demand is on the grid during the summer. We're asking people to turn their air conditioning down so that we don't have to kick on peaker plants, which are in historically disadvantaged communities or communities of color. And we want to ensure that we're not turning on these peaker plants, which pollute the air and cause high rates of asthma in those communities. This is also, it can be kind of gamified and turned into a really fun way to engage your community. And we have lots of examples and ideas in order to accomplish that with your customers or your employees. So we've partnered with several municipalities and nonprofits to provide these types of campaigns. And our tagline here, small change adds up. It really is about just if everybody starts using GridRewards, we can really make a huge impact and you can save money while doing it. So next, we're going to talk about our energy advising for residents to provide comfort and savings. And sorry, just moving around on my slide here. So this is a program that offers a statewide network of energy advisors. And we also provide additional support for low to moderate income homeowners and renters. Through this program, we provide home energy assessments with energy efficiency upgrades, including weatherization, heat pumps, and we also host DIY workshops for energy savings. I've personally gone through this program. Last year, I did a big insulation and weatherization program, and now I'm saving around $300 a month on my Con Ed bills. And it's really about creating kind of a thermal envelope for your home and making sure it's really well insulated so that you can save money on your bills. We offer homeowner support via phone and email, and we help people navigate through the various savings programs. And this program is also available to renters as well through our DIY energy savings workshops so that people can get access to just simple weatherization techniques that they can do. And so if you're interested in a program like that, in working with us on this program, we could actually come and do an energy savings workshop with your nonprofit. Oops. And the last program that I'm going to talk about before I pass it over to workforce development is Solarize. So we provide free guidance and evaluation for homeowners in terms of a solar assessment to estimate how much savings you can get for your own property. We have a list of local vetted solar installers that we've been working with for years. And really see what it can do in terms of saving money on utility bills. We also have a community solar program for renters or for homeowners that can't install solar on their properties. And when we have community solar opportunities, they fill up very quickly, but we're always looking for more projects that become available. But it allows for people to get immediate credits, bill credits for supporting solar projects. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Yasmin Najjar to talk about our workforce development program.
Thank you, Kat, so much, and welcome everyone. I'm excited to share what Sustainable Westchester has been building around workforce development, specifically our work training and placing people into clean energy careers right here in Westchester County. So let's get started. Over the past few years, Sustainable Westchester has been focused on building relationships and really getting a clear picture on the county's clean energy workforce gaps. And through career fairs, working group meetings with various stakeholders, and regional outreach and market gap research, we started to see the similar patterns come up, which is employers needed more certified workers, trainers needed more students, and residents want better access to clean energy career pathways. At the same time, demand continued to grow for HVAC and building science careers because New York continues to expand and invest in energy efficiency and electrification to meet the state's statewide climate goals. So our previous role has been mostly outreach and coordination and bringing these conversations, but what we were missing is the visibility on what actually happened on the other side, whether people are actually being enrolled in training, are people completing the training, are they actually landing jobs. So that gap is what really pushed us into the next phase, where we're now supporting the full pipeline from recruitment through training and now job placement support. So now Sustainable Westchester has a really strong focus on real measurable outcomes. Next slide, please. So here's what our role looks like in practice. It starts with outreach, showing up in the community, building partnerships. Excuse me for that. Throat is out. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it really shows, it's really about our outreach. We show up in communities, build partnerships, and attend events, and really use social media to leverage and reach people where they already are. After that, we move into recruitment, targeting recent high school students, adults looking to transition careers. But we do have a special focus on expanding access to disadvantaged community residents and underrepresented populations. Participants then go into training through our partner, the Healthy Home Academy, where they get the hands-on instruction and earn industry-recognized certifications, which we're going to speak about shortly. And along the way, Sustainable Westchester provides support and mentorship so that people can stay engaged and work through challenges that they may experience along their training journey. And at the end, we connect graduates directly with employers who are actively hiring. So the support doesn't end once the training is over. We actively make sure that participants move into real, well-paying jobs. Next slide, please. So our training is centered around two main career tracks, heat pumps and home performance. The heat pump track focuses on HVAC systems, electrification, and upgrading homes to be more energy efficient and comfortable. And participants earn certifications like EPA 608, OSHA 10, and the others you see listed here. And these certifications prepare them for careers such as an HVAC technician or heat pump installer. The other track is home performance. It's more about building science, things like air sealing, insulation, and healthy housing, because it really takes a whole home approach to improve efficiency and indoor air quality. So participants earn certifications in healthy housing, air leakage control, and the others you see here, which are mostly BPI and OSHA related. And these move into roles like being an energy auditor, weatherization technician, or home performance specialist. And both tracks are very hands-on so that people leave with real practical skills and certifications that are required for entry-level positions in the sector. Next slide, please. So yeah, before I wrap up, I'd like to share a quick update on where we are today. Since launching in February, 6 participants have already completed the training and have landed jobs, and there are 14 more currently in training at the moment at the Academy. We're also built a very strong relationship with employer partners who are actively looking to hire candidates as they graduate through the training program itself. And we're excited to keep this momentum growing, and we're looking for support from partners like you. One of the biggest ways you can help us is by spreading the word about these no-cost training programs to your networks and communities, and by referring even individuals to our ways, especially individuals who are interested in landing a full-time career in clean energy. This is a great opportunity for them. We're also eager to collaborate on outreach events, whether that be in-person events, webinars, broader community engagement efforts. We're looking to really build long-term workforce development partnerships to expand the impact together. So the more we work together, the more collaborate, the more lives we can change. So we're looking to really have that going. And I just want to say thank you for all your time. And I look forward to working with many of you here and empowering a lot of residents across the county. So I'm going to now pass it to Lauren Kroll.
Yeah, thank you so much, both Yasmin and Kat, for taking the time to dive into what we do on the residential side. So that's primarily, what would involve our client and employee-facing services. So now we're going to talk about, what can be possible for nonprofits themselves. So your organizations, as you're looking to also reduce financial pressures and energy consumption on site. So we'll try to highlight, throughout this portion of the presentation, which different programs will be applicable to nonprofits that own versus rent their buildings, because there can definitely be some, delineations there. But just to give a snapshot of everything that we offer, you'll notice some similarities to what we do at the resident level. So we engage, nonprofits that are looking to manage their energy usage more effectively and reduce costs through our demand response offering, which we also call our Smart Energy Management Program. So that will help to, really get a better insight into your on-site energy consumption, as well as lower utility costs and receive performance-based cashback savings at the end of the year. We also do advise nonprofits on a regular basis about, what types of upgrades they could implement to make their space more energy efficient, including any kind of, heating and cooling upgrades or, other more substantial upgrades. But we can also support with the smaller stuff that you're looking to do in the near term to reduce those pressures as well. Additionally, we can also support with, more technical and innovative solutions like solar and EV charging if, you're really looking to position your nonprofit as a leader in the space. So, we'll get into all of those. All of these programs are intended to reduce financial pressures at a time where we know energy costs are top of mind for everyone. So hopefully there will be, something that everybody can take away from and, put into action as a next step to, lower energy use and consumption. All right, so getting into our first program, if we go to the next slide, please. So this will be our demand response offering. So similar to what Kat had outlined in the beginning, this is basically looking at ways to reduce pressures on the energy grid by lowering energy usage at times when it matters most. So, during those peak times over the summer where we know air conditioning use is much higher, that also risks the likelihood of blackouts and the turning on of backup power supplies that are more costly and more polluting, as Kat had referenced. So this can be a great way to, not just be an energy and a cost saver, but also to be, a social and environmental leader in the space as your nonprofit. So the benefits of this program, we do have a commercial offering for those, larger nonprofits. If your utility, consumption is over a certain amount per month, which we can help to determine when we have initial conversations with you. But then also smaller nonprofits can enroll in our residential offering, which is, completely free, and you'll get all the same, benefits and usability that residents and renters and homeowners would get. So the benefits of this is that it can work alongside your existing utility provider. Currently, this is only available in Con Edison, Orange and Rockland, and NYPA territories. That's New York Power Authority. We know sometimes nonprofits are on public power supply, so that's where it would be applicable. But we're trying to look at how to expand it and make sure that we can reach customers in the Upper Westchester region as well. So we'd mentioned the impact, but I do want to note as well that there can be a benefit in terms of more effective insight into energy consumption as well. So we've heard from clients that have utilized this program that it can offer a better window into, where you might be seeing spikes during unexpected points in the day. So, at 2 a.m., if energy is spiking for some reason and you wouldn't otherwise know that, now you can see that, with this software and tracking so that you can address those issues as soon as they, come to surface. So if we go to the next slide, this is, a particularly exciting case study that we've been working on over the past several years. We've worked with New Rochelle School District to advance this program in their facilities, and they've seen really significant growth over the years. So from 24,000 in, year-end cashback savings from when we first started working with them to this past year where they earned over $107,000 in cashback rewards. So obviously, the school district is going to be a much larger facility probably than a lot of the nonprofits on the call today, but this is really just trying to show, the impact that it can have from a operating, cost budget standpoint, and that there is opportunity for growth as well. So, last summer we had a lot of times where it was important to reduce energy usage. So, the school district really took, a leadership role in that. Helped to involve students and teachers to spread the word about these benefits from a social and environmental standpoint. And it helps to reduce, energy strain without disrupting any kind of day-to-day operations as well. So, those are, really impactful outcomes that we've seen as a result of this program. We'll go to the next slide to, kind of lean into what you can do from there. So that's, no installation or anything required. You just sign up with the team in order to basically download the software, connect to your utility account information so that you can start to reduce. But we can also help if you're looking for more substantial or low-hanging fruit upgrades to your facility. So this is also through the Clean Energy Hubs program that Kat had referenced. So we support the Hudson Valley and Westchester region for nonprofits that are looking for ways to reduce energy consumption and costs. But we can also make connections to others throughout the state where there's similar organizations to what we're doing in the event that you have clients based in other parts of the state. So there's a variety of ways we can help. We can attend on-site visits and walkthroughs so we can get a closer look of energy consumption and see what might be the sources of rising energy costs. We can make connections to solution providers that have expertise in certain building types. And we can also help with navigating, different incentive, rebate, funding and financing options to help lower the upfront costs of those upgrades. And to that end, I'm actually going to share a resource guide in the chat that Sustainable Westchester released earlier this year and recently updated, which details a bunch of different savings opportunities for nonprofits specifically. And that will summarize a lot of the programs that we've already discussed as well. So that'll be, great resources to peruse and, get more insight into. If we go to the next slide, I do want to highlight that we also have expertise in certain types of buildings and sectors in the industry. So, one where we're definitely picking up over the next year is multifamily buildings, both affordable and market rate. So basically meaning they either serve primarily low to moderate income residents or residents regardless of income type. So we have started a partnership with Kinetic Communities Consulting and Con Edison to basically, better understand what the landscape is right now, spread the word about programs that can help to make upgrades to multifamily buildings that will improve comfort and reduce savings, not just for the property managers, but the tenants themselves, particularly if they do pay utility bills. So you can see on the screen here, this covers, the different types of upgrades that this program can support. And we can help you determine, everything from eligibility to, what to expect when you're going through the program, everything like that. So if you would like to learn more about this offering, please feel free to email me. I'll throw my email in the chat, and we'd be happy to get started and, see what could be possible for your facility. And then we'll go to the final slide, I believe, for this section and for our presentation portion. If you are looking to implement more technical and innovative solutions at your nonprofit building, we can also help with that. So this would probably be a better fit for those that, own their buildings or have a good relationship with their landlord or property manager. But we can help with, evaluating certain types of energy upgrades like solar on your nonprofit's rooftop or parking lot canopies, or how to connect that to electric vehicle charging as well, because we are seeing more electric vehicles in the region and more popularity there. There are, pretty lucrative financing and incentive funding pathways to be able to support this work. So we can also help you to navigate those that would result in low to no cost options for implementing these improvements at your facility. And I'll just highlight that in the photo in that slide deck there is a photo of our office in Mount Kisco, where we've implemented this type of technology ourselves, which is connecting, rooftop solar to battery storage to EV charging. And then any kind of, solar generation that's not getting used at a certain point of the day, is actually going back to community members in the form of bill credits. So similar to the community solar offering that Kat was talking about before. So, we're definitely here to help scope out, what could be an opportunity for your nonprofit or your clients and employees, whether you're looking to do something that's, more do it yourself and, easy to implement in a short amount of time for a relatively low cost, but that we can also help you plan long term for the future to identify what types of upgrades may be beneficial for your property. So we'll go to the final slide of the presentation. I know that was a lot of information to take in, though we did try to categorize it by, what would appeal to clients and, employees versus, what would be a fit for your nonprofit building itself. So, this is just the start of the discussion, and we definitely invite folks to reach out to us and our team so that they can get further support and explore how these options could be, a good fit for them. So, mention I'll drop my email in the chat, but then I'll also drop the hello@ email there, which is where you can email us to reach any member of the team so that we can, channel your request the right way so that you don't have to do the upfront work. So I'm going to open up the floor to Q&A, which you can feel free to submit questions in the chat. It should be open to everybody. So feel free to ask any questions you may have about today's presentation. Or if there's, oh, yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say, hi. Well, first of all, this was excellent. I learned so much. You really put it in such a great format that there are many actionable things for the nonprofits here on the call. And when I was looking around, I noticed that we're all here for a common reason. We want to find sustainable solutions and put these ideas into place. But I feel like there are people here from different levels of the organization. And for the energy advising part specifically, do you need a specific person to reach out to you, or could it be anyone that would like to implement this and then you'd help take it from there? Like, in other words, they don't have to wait for the director of ground operations or building. That was something that just came to my head as I look at the people and the organizations here.
Yeah, of course, that's exactly right. And I'm glad you bring that up, Suzanne. So, in terms of when I've been working with nonprofits, at least, I've had, all types of, positions and folks at the organization reach out to me. Sometimes it'll be board members, sometimes it'll be executive directors, sometimes it'll be, coordinators that, had originally reached out with an interest in making clients aware of our services, but then wanted to look at what can be done in the building itself. So it can be anyone. Obviously, it will be good to get, higher ups, potentially the board involved if there is any spending of cash or anything like that, which we would make sure to highlight, once you get to the stage of deciding which types of projects you may want to implement or bring to the board's attention. But our services are free of charge. We can help, just with, an initial exploration and trying to figure out what could be a good fit so that you can, bring those solutions forward to leadership. Hopefully that helped answer the question. I do see one question in the chat. Can you explain a little bit about the GridRewards program? Are you asking people to use less energy in return for bill credit? Kat, do you want me to take that, or would you like to? Okay, me. Wonderful. So I've actually been a user of this program for the past few years, so happy to answer this. So yes, basically the way that it works is that there are certain times where the grid is under extra stress when, a lot of people are using energy simultaneously, and there is more likelihood for blackouts or power outages because there is that kind of additional strain. So what this, program will do will identify, certain days. It's not throughout the summer, it's not all the time, but rather identifying the key times where, energy reduction would be most beneficial. And that can take, a variety of different forms. It could be, raising the thermostat or reducing air conditioning, as Kat mentioned. It could just be turning off lights in certain rooms. It could be, timing certain equipment so that you're, able to use it overnight rather than during the day when there is, more energy consumed generally. There's a variety of different ways that it can be utilized in the sense of, nonprofits themselves. There's quite a lot of creative avenues for it. I visited a arts facility the other day And they use kilns on site for like firing clay pots, for example. So, they could participate by utilizing their kilns overnight rather than during the day when energy consumption is higher. So something like that where it's not going to interrupt the day-to-day operations because you're still getting the work done. And we don't want to do this at the risk of reducing, comfort for residents or, property managers. All the intention is to, try and relieve a little bit of that pressure while also creating an avenue for cost and energy savings as a result. So hopefully that answered your question. We do have just the chat for Q&A, just for folks that were asking. I'm not sure why Kat is unable to unmute, but I'm just seeing another question. Don't know if any representatives from the NNA or NAACP, New York State Conference are here. Maybe beneficial to me. Yeah, we're always happy to, meet with, your organization or larger higher ups if we want to look at how to maximize the services so that we're not just, focusing on the Westchester context, which is always great. But we do have partners throughout the state that are doing similar work, and definitely want to identify how we can raise similar opportunities to you all. Okay, see another question from a grant writer. Do you have leads on applying for grants to help with implementing and or offsetting work that will address energy efficiency? So yes, this is work that I'm pretty involved in. So I have supported with nonprofits that are looking to pursue certain grant opportunities and then also suggesting certain, language or data that could be particularly helpful to gather in order to strengthen a grant application as well. I've actually done a presentation on that very end about how to, look at things from a, I guess, grant reviewer's perspective. So if there is interest, feel free to, email us and I'll be happy to share that, slide deck and information. Okay, and I see some more just general, like wanting to keep in touch in the chat, which is great. Um, Wonderful. Okay. And if there is, any kind of interest in phone calls or getting set up to, meet with us, that email that I'd shared in the chat is one great way to do it. But I will also note that we have a contact us form on the web page where you can be a bit more specific in your requests and make sure it gets directed to the right person. So that'll be, a very, very easy way to reach us. But we'll make sure that everybody that's, leaving a comment in the chat will follow up with you all so that we, know that we can get conversations rolling. Okay.
I was finally able to unmute, so
There
whoever
we
figured
go.
that out for me, thank you.
Better late than never.
We have a few more minutes for questions, if anybody's feeling compelled. Keisha, we'd also love to talk to NAACP about workforce development. If you think there's any interest there, just let us know. Let's see.
Sorry, I was unable to unmute as well, but absolutely. Let's connect on workforce development as well.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, you've got our contact information, and we thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope that you are able to take part in some of our programming, and we look forward to being in touch.
Yeah, we'll leave the room open just in case there are any outstanding questions. But yeah, definitely reach out to us if you'd like to, continue the discussions. Thank you.
Big picture is the team at Sustainable Westchester is here for you all and here to support you in any way. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Suzanne. That is the theme and the takeaway.